Worry dolls are a beautiful resource that have originated from Guatemala in South America. The original idea of worry dolls is when a child is anxious or stressed, when they go to bed at night, they tell all their worries to a worry doll. Then you put the little doll underneath your pillow and you sleep. And when you wake up in the morning, the worry has gone. Hi, I'm Martin from Early Impact, and I've been fascinated by worry dolls for several years. I've spoken to quite a few parents who have used worry dolls with their children, and they've seen some really fantastic benefits. But as a teacher myself, it really got me thinking, how can we use worry dolls in the classroom? And over the years, I developed quite a few strategies for using worry dolls in the classroom, ways of getting children to think about their worries and process and manage stress. Out of all the activities I've tried, I've whittled it down to my 7 favourite worry doll activities for the classroom. So let's take a look. Game number 1 is using big worry dolls at circle time. Traditional worry dolls look a little bit like this. These beautiful little figures, but they are quite tiny. When you're doing things with lots of children, you want something a bit bigger, just so they can see it and they know what's going on. I've experimented with a few different types of worry dolls, but then I saw some of these on social media probably about a year ago, and this is definitely the way to go. It's just basically a stick, a big stick with some piece of cotton wool wrapped around in a beautiful coloured pattern. Something like this is absolutely perfect. It's got a beautiful natural texture, it's got a little face up on the top, and it's just a great thing to use with the children for circle times and things like that. But how do you actually use it when you've got it? Well, this is the big one, this first activity. This is a way I would definitely introduce the worry doll, so get some used to it, and it's just a great sort of ceremony for starting off the process. What you do, sit the children in a circle and you introduce them to the worry doll. And you tell them roughly what it's about. It's a doll that we're going to tell our worries to. Anything that we're afraid of, or that is worrying us, or makes us feel a bit scared or sad, that is what we're going to tell to the doll. Worry dolls work a bit like psychoanalysis. It's all about talking about your problems. It's not saying that your worries are going to disappear. That's not what it's about. It's all about a child telling their worries to an object. And by the simple act of telling the worry, it gets the children to process what that worry is. A lot of children's worries are totally illogical. It's things like they might think the big bad wolf lives in the garage next to their house, or they might be scared all their family are going to vanish in the night and never come back. But the more they can talk about these worries, the more they can manage them, and also the more they can think about them in a logical way, and that is what worry dolls is all about. Okay, so back to the game. One at a time, a child takes a worry doll, they say some kind of worry. Might say something like, I am afraid that no one will play with me at lunchtime, something like that. And then they pass it to the next person, and it's kind of as simple as that. If someone doesn't want to speak, that's fine. It's not an issue, just pass it on to the next person and keep going around the circle. That's definitely the way to start with worry dolls, and I'd do that a few times before you try any of the other games in this video. When children are acquainted with what worry dolls are, then is the time to get a bit of ownership into the whole thing. So it's time to make their own. What you do, if you're able, if you can go out and find some sticks, fantastic. The children find their own stick and then come and decorate it. If you haven't got an area where you've got sticks and things lying about anyway, just get some sticks ahead of time. Great, you're ready to go. Each child gets something like this. Then there's 2 ways I've found that work the best for decorating them. Number 1 is using some kind of pipe cleaner, and you just wrap the pipe cleaner around the sticks and make it all multicoloured. The other one is using some sort of multicoloured wool, something like this. And in the end you'll have some kind of fantastic worry doll that the child is proud of. You can make them of all different sizes. You could use a huge branch and make a giant worry doll, or you can make little tiddly ones like this, or even smaller, just whatever you think. Activity number 3 now. This is when the children have all got their own worry doll. You're going to sit them in a circle, each with their own worry doll, have some kind of basket or a box, and you do the same ritual that you did the first time. The idea is, one at a time, you pass around the basket this time, a child says some kind of worry, and then puts the worry doll into the basket. And again, it's this kind of talking therapy, getting the worries out in the open and processing what you're anxious about. If you're liking these games so far, then please do hit the like button below this video. That helps me spread this video to a wider audience, so please do hit the like button. Thank you so much. We're going to get a lot more creative now. Activity 4 is getting the worry dolls to sail away. What you do for this, have some kind of water. It could be something like a water tray, or if you go to a pond, or you have a school pond or something, that would be great. Or it could be like a puddle as well, rainy day puddle, that would be fantastic. Get some kind of boat. It could be a real boat or a paper boat. Even big leaves work really, really well for this. Get the worry dolls, and what you do in a bit of a ceremony, say your worry to a worry doll, put it onto whatever kind of boat it is, and sail them away across the water. A beautiful thing, just watch them sailing away into the sunset. We did this in a big puddle with the little worry dolls just balancing the leaves and sailing across the puddle. Next is guided meditations. These are a great way of relieving stress anyway, but the idea of this is you do some kind of guided meditation and you get worry dolls into it as well. The way I do this, I get the children to lie on the ground. I sometimes put some very relaxing, calming music on, and you get them to close their eyes. And just for about half a minute, just get the children to breathe deeply and encourage them to breathe and feel the breath coming in through their nose and letting it out and all that kind of thing. Then, when they're nice and relaxed, you make up some kind of story. You make up some kind of story that involves their worry, but also the worry doll, and also some kind of journey I think really helps. For example, just to make one up, it'd be something like, imagine something you're really worried about. It makes you feel sad or afraid. That thing is now getting put in a big box. Your worry doll is coming along. The worry doll is going to take the box away. It's taking the box on a ship and it's sailing with it out on the sea, and you'll never see it again. Something like that. I'm just saying in a really relaxing voice, really calming. The children will visualise it. Another just beautiful way of experiencing anxiety and worry and hopefully releasing them in some way. Activity number 6 is draw a picture for the worry doll. Of course, talking is probably the most important thing with worry dolls. It is all this psychoanalysis kind of approach where you're talking about what you're worried about and you're helping yourself manage it and process it in a logical way. But of course, there are different ways of getting to grips with how our brains are thinking. Lots of people process things through art, music, all this kind of stuff. And so drawing can be a really powerful way of doing this. So whatever you're feeling a bit sad or fearful about, just draw it and then you give it in some kind of way to the worry doll. Maybe the worry dolls are going to be kept in a box and you wrap each worry doll in the picture you've drawn and put it back in the box. Activity 7 is create a home for them. I think it's nice if the worry dolls become a permanent fixture in your classroom. Stress and anxiety is such a big feature of modern life now. It's good just to dip into the worry dolls every couple of weeks or every month or so. And it's just nice for them to live somewhere so the children know it's a designated spot. That's where the worry dolls are and they know exactly what it's for. So build them a little home. It could be something really simple like a suitcase or an old picnic hamper or a treasure chest or something like that. Or even just a decorated basket. Whatever it is, just a spot in the classroom that's always the same. That is the worry dolls' home. Mindfulness is so important in early education. If you've enjoyed this video, another one you really value is my 9 mandalas activities for kids. This shows a whole host of exciting ways of doing mindful mandala, symmetrical patterns and games using loose parts and other things. So if you're interested in that, check out this video. It's popping onto the screen here. So click on this video and enjoy.